What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Crash Blade Gaming. I'm your host Crash, and today we're taking another look at Hisuian Goodra's awesome ability to prevent damage to Pokemon that have Metal Energy from Pokemon V, which is great. Awesome. We're so close to 200 subscribers as well. I think we're about 15 away. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you're new, like the video if you enjoy the content, and stick around for the questions of the days. Those things give away free stuff, which is awesome. Speaking of it, let's just get right into the question. Alright everyone, time for the Pokemon question of the day. Let's go over last video's question. This moth-like Pokemon has been known to be worshipped as a fire deity. Who is this Pokemon? And if you were like the commenter Band Socks, you went ahead and guessed Volcarona. This Pokemon has been known to be worshipped like a fire deity in some canon of the Pokemon world, which is awesome. It's cool. It's a very sweet fire type Pokemon and actually pretty good card in the TCG as well. But enough about last video. Band Socks now has 1 point and is the only contender with 1 point as well. So, this video's question is, this Pokemon can only be obtained by evolving the basic female form into one of its 3 evolution forms. I'm looking for the evolution Pokemon. Who is this Pokemon? Go ahead and leave your answer in the comment section down below. Be the first person to get the answer right. You'll get a point, and you need up to 3 points to win the prizes on PTCGO. So yeah. Good luck. While you're down there, if you're new, subscribe to the channel, like the content. We're close to 200. I can't like express it enough. I'm so happy to even be close to 200. Anyways, enough about me rambling. Let's just do the deck list. Alright guys, we're going back to Hisuian Goodra with the Metal Lodging ability. It prevents all damage done to each of our basic Pokemon that have any Metal Energy attached by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon V, which is really good. We shut down a lot of Pokemon V decks. They have to go through Hisuian Goodra before they can go through your basic Vs. So you know what? Metal Energy, why not just pair this with a Metal deck? So we have an Aegislash V in here with the Sonic Edge attack. It does 130 damage, and this attack's damage isn't affected by any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. So if they play Miltank, we have a way to get through Miltank with Aegislash, which is really good. We also have 2 copies of Zacian V, just a really solid attacker here, and the Intrepid Sword ability gives us a little bit more draw power in the early turns if we so choose. And then we also have a 2-1 line here of Origin Form, and Dialga VSTAR. The Star Chronos ability was just, or attack was just too easy to not pass up. So the goal of this deck is you kind of just start with Zacian or Aegislash, sit behind Goodra's ability, do damage if you need to, build up a Dialga, and then finish off the game with Dialga because of the Star Chronos giving you that extra turn. We also have 1 copy of Pyukumuku and Radiant Greninja because we do have a little bit of an Irida engine to help these Goodras evolve quickly. 4 Battle VIP Pass because it's really important that we set up our bench early. 2 Evil Incense to help find the Goodras and possibly the VSTAR. 4 copies of Quick Ball. 1 Ordinary Rod to recycle some Goodras or the Origin Form Dialga as well. That's why that's in the deck. 3 Rare Candy because if it's really hard for our opponent to boss up 3 Goodras. Let's just say that. And it's easy to get 3 Goodras out as well. 2 switches. 2 copies of Lost City because this deck will struggle against single prize decks. This is one way we can counter them. But you have to be careful with your Lost Cities because you don't want to Lost City your Goodras, because then you can't get them back with Ordinary Rod. So just be careful with that. Like I said, we have 3 copies of Irida. Help us get out those item cards and evolve into those Hisuian Goodras quickly. 4 Marnie so we can disrupt our opponent as much as possible. 3 Research for draw. 1 copy of Avery, which I'm seeing Avery fall less and less out of play here with things like Zoroark, things like Lost Box. Avery actually doesn't really help, so you might want to take Avery out and replace it with something else. We also have 1 Training Court to get back some Metal Energies just in case, and 2 Air Balloons so that we can switch between Zacians to allow some attacks. And that's the deck. Pretty simple. You sit behind Goodra with your basics, evolve into the VSTAR when you're ready to go, and then boom, you're good. The deck list will be in the description down below. And while you're there, subscribe to the channel. We're really close to getting to that 200 mark of subscribers. I think we're almost like 15 subscribers away, which is awesome. Thank you. And let's get into the matches. Okay, we're starting off with Aegislash here. Not the best starting Pokemon we want to have. Aegislash is really only in here for Miltanks. But it's okay. We can, we're going up against Zoroark. I just did a video on this deck, and this deck is insane. Maybe I should put Duraludon in this build. Thought so. Duraludon might do a video because I might do a video with Duraludon again and Goodra. Not only would you be protected from special energy, you'd be protected from Pokemon V in general. Oh my goodness, did I just stumble across an amazing revelation here? We're going to quick ball and grab Radiant Greninja. I think is the Pokemon to go for here. That way we can do a concealed cards. We don't need the coding energy, so we can just go ahead and get rid of that. Battle Vit Pass is perfect. We'll go ahead and do Goomy and Dialga. I think those seem like two good choices. Attach the energy to Dialga, and then we can play the not full art Marnie. Hopefully mess up our opponent a little bit. Zacian's good, another Dialga, and another Goodra are all good Pokemon to see. Let's go Zacian, let's go Goomy. And then we can Intrepid Sword. We do get an energy, we'll attach that, because Zacian will be an attacker anyways. Air Balloon's also good. Can throw that onto the Dialga or Zacian, most likely Zacian. Zacian, whatever. Research for next turn. Hopefully we can get into Rare Candy Goodra. And then boom, our Pokemon V are protected. Our Pokemon are protected from Zoroark, so we'll see what happens. Big Paracel plus Sharon's Care goes away. They get the VSTAR, so they're going to pop their VSTAR power this turn. It seems, unless that last card is a supporter. Okay. VSTAR power it is. They just get rid of another Quick Ball. They don't have damage counters on board yet either, nor do they have Gengar in the discard. There's a Gape Dog Bog, so we do have to worry about that. We might see an attack this turn, but they may not get a knockout, which will be really interesting to see. Might be able to protect this Aegislash, considering switching into the Zacian and attaching Air Balloon to it just in case. They are trying to get down damage counters. Okay, so they do have a lot. They don't do damage to the Oranguru. There's a research, no boss. It's definitely possible for them to knock out this Aegislash this turn. They're doing 50, 100, 150. If they can get that Gengar in the discard, they're doing 200 and then 230. Okay, they have enough. Oh, they definitely have enough now. So Aegislash could go down. We shall see if Aegislash goes down, I think we're just going to stick with Zacian Dialga. I'm not even going to bother benching the other one, because then it just becomes a liability at some point. It was really nice to get that middle energy onto the Zacian. There's no boss coming, so we're okay. A Diancie, that's fine with me. They play the Diancie. They're anticipating me bossing up another Zoroark. They play double turbo onto Oranguru for the retreat, and they definitely have enough to take the KO here on the Aegislash. Fine with me. Don't think I have a stadium counter, but I wish I did. I should have Crystal Cave. Maybe I don't. Okie dokie. They get to their first two prizes, and we need to get Goodra out this turn. We really, really do. Hopefully this research can get us into Rare Candy Goodra. Otherwise, we're going to be behind by too much at that point. Avery doesn't really help in this matchup because they have Gengars in the discard anyways. So let's attach the Air Balloon to the Zacian. Let's retreat into them, or switch into the Zacian. Just playing cards because I can. Research. I would have loved to Avery them, but Avery doesn't matter. There's Rare Candy Goodra. We have double Rare Candy Goodra. That's really good. Okay. Rare Candy. The Goodra boy. And then Evo Incense. Grab the Goodra. And then we can Rare Candy into that Goodra, if Rare Candy wants to go. Don't need to play Lost City in this matchup, so I'm going to quick ball that away. Grab Pyukumuku. Would be nice to get an energy attachment this turn. We'll see. Okay. That's really odd. The game just bugged out on me. I cannot do anything. Am I just going to time out? What's going on? Drew Pyukumuku. Well, that's not a fun glitch. I mean, we had... Oh! I have the setup here. We could have gone on to win this game. They would have to double... Where's... Okay. They still have 2 boss. They would have to boss both Goodras and then KO something before this happens. I'm not even going to get to Intrepid Sword. I'm going to see if the game will reset. I'm going to let this go. I'm going to miss an Intrepid Sword, which is really bad. But there's a bug there. Let's see what happens here. Okay, it just passes to our opponent's turn, which is incredibly weird. It didn't let me pitch the Pyukumuku, which our opponent's probably puzzled by as well. Oh my goodness. That's not good at all. But the good thing is, like, they have to boss. They research, so no boss. They have to boss this turn to get the Goodras going away. Air Balloon, Trekking Shoes, they're digging for their boss. They're probably going to have it next turn. Not hitting that Intrepid Sword was really bad. This Pyukumuku just not working, which is a bummer. Ticking Curse for nothing. We draw a card. Dialga VSTAR, that's a good card to draw. Pitch the Pyukumuku this turn. Thank you. I don't know why it didn't let me do that last turn. Battle Vit Pass is useless. Let's just do another Intrepid Sword. We got another energy. We get Research. That's good. Unfortunately, another turn where we can't attack. But you know what? Last turn, if that Pyukumuku was a pitched, I would have had Dialga. This exact thing would have happened. I would have had energy research, and then I could have attacked this turn. So, I think we have... I'll need to find Ordinary Rod. Do I play Ordinary Rod? I'm sure I do. Damage pumping away. I play Ordinary Rod, I think. I should. If I don't, I'm going to go modify the deck. Oh, they're going to get rid of my Air Balloon. Dang it. They're still digging for boss, which is good for us. Double Turbo on Zoroark. Another Research. Now they should have boss for next turn, unfortunately. They're down 3 Double Turbo energies. Let me do an Evo Incense here. There is Rod in the deck and another Rare Candy. So let's say done. Let's go ahead and Goomy. Quick Ball, get rid of this. Go grab the Pyukumuku. This just gets us another card before I research away. Energy's fantastic. We'll attach. Research. There's the Ordinary Rod if we need it. Training Court if we want it. Do I want it? I think I do. That just gets me back another energy. So anyways, 3 Gape Jogs. Let's go ahead and conceal cards away the coding energy. Another energy there. I'm going to hold the Training Court for a turn, because I still have energy that I can just play anyways. So we're going to go ahead and Brave Blade. Hit this Zoroark. Dialga can come up and take the KO. Unfortunately, Goodra only protects basic Pokemon, not themselves. There's their 4th Double Turbo energy. So now they're just reliant on switching cards. So if I get a boss, I can potentially stick them in the active. They probably have one more Air Balloon, but seeing as there's a big Parasol, actually, I can stick that Zoroark in the active and they're stuck. There's a boss to go in for... Oh, that's right. They can KO Dialga. I forgot, it only protects basics. Why did I do that? I'm silly. That's okay. That is okay. So let's quick ball. Get rid of the Battle Vit Pass. Go Zacian. Don't necessarily need to do anything. They might have gotten another boss's orders, but it doesn't matter too much. Play the energy there. I could Marnie them. I don't have a boss of my own in the deck. I think they're prized, which is hilarious. But I don't want to deck out either. So we're just going to go ahead and Brave Blade. We have a switch to Brave Blade. No, we can't Brave Blade next turn. But we're not going to get damaged. That's why we're not playing Duraludon. My whole idea in the beginning was, oh my god, I can play Duraludon, but Goodra only works for basic Vs. And that's why I only have one copy of the Dialga VSTAR. I should have never evolved it. I could have sat Dialga on the bench, powered it up, and then evolved it when I'm ready to use it. So I misplayed that just from not playing too much with this deck, and now I'm going to remember that for next match. So we'll see. They're still going to be digging for boss. They have to get double boss to win. There's a crow out there pulling out. I could waste my switch. They do Sharon's Care, that's fine. They deny me a prize, not a boss's orders. They're closer to decking out than I am. Doesn't really bother me at all. They can't hit my Zacian. So this just comes up as a win. Even though I misplayed horrendously. This comes up as a win for us. Not even going to retreat. Not even going to Intrepid Sword. Don't need to. They still have one more bog. I want to keep my Training Court, so we're just going to pass. Don't need to attack this turn. I could still top deck another energy. Have Marnie in my hand. They can Marnie me if they want to. As a matter of fact, they probably have, well, they've played 2 Marnies, all 4 researches. 1 boss is gone. This might be their last boss. They should only play 2 bosses. It's a little bit of a different list than what I've seen. Than what I featured, actually, because they have 2 big parasols in here. I guess that's just for the Sableyes. The Sableye matchup, the Lost Box matchup. But other than that, they should be conceding here fairly soon, even with the game bugging out of me. My misplays of the Dialga VSTAR. And they are down to 0 cards in deck. And we're good. We're golden. Had one of the best setups I could have possibly had. They're going to boss up a Goodra. But that's all I got, and that's all she wrote. We're just going to Brave Blade. Hit him back. Take the dub here because you just can't beat this up. We win. We'll do it. Misplay is there, but if I had that turn, we would have been in a much different position, I promise you, but we'll take it. All right, we're going second. Thankfully, our opponent mulliganed because that gave us a Battle Vit Pass, which is awesome. We see a Psychic Energy on a Crobat and pass. Let's go ahead and play the Battle Vit Pass. Our opponent is a little bit of sad-faced. We can get down a Goomy and maybe Radiant Greninja here. I think that's the best 2 that we can do. Let's go ahead and throw down the Dialga. Attach an energy to the Dialga. Conceal cards. Get rid of that energy, which is fine. Draw 2 more cards. Don't need those 2 cards, and I want to keep my hand here. Hopefully we don't get Marnie next turn. We'd miss an energy on the Zacian, which is okay. It's fine. We can build up the Dialga in the background. Don't evolve it. We can quick ball for another Goomy. We have a Marnie. No! We had a Rare Candy, Evil Incense for the Goodra. We were set, folks. We were set, and here comes the Marnie to put it all away into a not-so-great hand. Aha, Zoroark V, Manaphy. Love to see it. That's all fine with me. They can go into the dance if they wanted to. So that I can't boss anything, which is fine. I don't plan on bossing anyways. Top deck a Goomy, which is great. Don't really want to Marnie our opponent since they don't have much, so we're just going to Intrepid Sword. I do get an energy, do get Rare Candy, but I also get Marnie. So we'll go with that. I don't want to Marnie our opponent. They only had 2 cards in their hand, didn't want to give them a fresh set of 4. They had research in their hand anyways. And a Gengar. So now they're looking for damage pumps. And we are desperately searching for Goodra. Ultra Ball gets them the Zoroark VSTAR. I'd imagine they'd be able to get a knockout on this Zacian this turn. Unfortunately. See what our opponent grabs. It could be VSTAR, could be the second Gengar. It is VSTAR. We have a really good matchup if we can get the Goodras down in time. And if we didn't get Marnie that turn 1, we would have had it set, to be honest. So we'll see what happens here. They also need energy. They haven't seen an energy yet. Someone's thinking about what to do. Another Ultra Ball. Got rid of Roxanne and I guess the Psychic Energy or Quick Ball. Something. Roxanne and something. Maybe they have a second Crobat. Rangaroo. They still have the VSTAR power. That should get them what they want, an escape rope. We will gladly give you Radiant Greninja. Don't mind that at all. They have not played a supporter this turn though, so they could get a boss energy damage pump combo. And Cape Jog Bog is a little late for our opponent. They're either going to throw a Gengar in or just put down another Pokemon. They might not get the KO if they don't find Gengar, if they didn't find a damage pump. It's only 50 damage minus... Okay. I think they do just enough. They do 130 here. Yeah, they do just enough. 130 damage. Just enough to KO the Radiant Greninja, which is fine with me. This Marnie, or top decking an Irida, will get us immunity from this Zoroark for a little bit until they find a boss's orders to KO one of the Goomies. So we have to be careful about that. Alright, let's go in with Zacian here. And we top deck an Avery. They're just going to discard Gengar and Crobat. Don't think I like doing that. We'll play the Air Balloon here. Go ahead and Marnie. See if we can get into what we want. We don't. Got another Quick Ball. And we didn't even hit another energy, so we'll just get rid of this Marnie. Get another Goomy. Actually, let's get the Pyukumuku. That draws us one more card. Maybe it'll be an energy. Energy is always nice. It is. Should I put that on Zacian? They don't really have a way to put more damage counters in play. So I think I just go here. Intrepid Sword. Maybe I hit an energy. I do. That's good for me. So next turn I could possibly attack with Zacian V. Though I might have to get rid of the Dialga VSTAR next turn, which I don't like very much. There's a Trekking Shoes. And right now Zoroark's damage output is capped at 130. I don't think they can put any more damage counters into play. Marnie from our opponent, that's fine with me, gets us closer to a Goodra. And that's not a boss. And that also puts my VSTAR back in the deck. There's a rare candy, but still no Hisuian and Goodra. Oh, we haven't seen any Iridas either. It's a little bit of a pain. Zacian can take a hit. The Dialga can take a hit. We'll have to see what happens. There's a ticking curse. 130, we're okay. There's another Goomy that I actually don't mind putting into play. And then we can Marnie. Not the cards I wanted to see. But we'll just do another Intrepid Sword here. And put everything in the hand. We're going to lose our Zacian, unfortunately, but we're going to keep our Dialga. Maybe I should have retreated into Dialga. That's probably what I should have done. That's okay. We might be able to make a comeback. I do have the cards in my hand to get out my Hisuian Goodra. Finally. So there's that. We might get Marnie, though. We've only seen our opponent play 2. No, they just Ticking Curse. Okay. So we're set. They have to boss up the Hisuian Goodra that's going to come into play this turn. So let's go with Irida here, Pyukumuku, and a rare candy. Let's go ahead and use the Evo Incense, get out the Goodra. A rare candy. The good thing is, actually, Zoroark can't even KO the Goodra in one hit. That's great. That means I can find a switch at some point. Let's pitch the Pyukumuku, draw a card. Another Zacian. I have 3 metal energy in the discard. That means I can power you up and put another one on another Dialga. Let's do that. Let's put an energy on you. And metal coating. Next turn I might be able to get the VSTAR to go, but I'm actually going to use Temporal Rupture first before I get the VSTARs going. That way I get 2 turns in a row. And I can boss the Crobat. Go down to 2 prizes remaining. Hopefully. Boss's orders. They're going to go for the Goodra. We're going to have to lose our boss. We haven't lost our Pal Pad, so we can put that back in. They're not going to be able to one-shot Goodra, which is fantastic. And that's a waste of a boss. So if we're able to hit a switch off of this research, we are good to go. Now it's funny that we're going up against another Zoroark deck. We have already beaten Zoroark the same way. A much harder matchup I think the last one was, though. Ticking Curse. 130, not enough. We top deck an energy. That energy goes to this Dialga. Let's play the Evo Incense, shuffle the deck a little bit. Don't want to get any of those cards. We got 2 switches in there. Let's see if we can hit one of those switches or we get another Hisuian Goodra into play. We do hit a switch and we do hit the Hisuian Goodra, which is perfect because it made them waste a boss. And our opponent might concede after this. Because of that rare candy, double Goodras. We have the Temporal Rupture this turn. Hit the Zoroark. Next turn we can use Star Chronos. KO this, KO the Crobat. Hopefully find another boss to KO another Zoroark that they'll put into play. And then we should have game from there. We're also going to bounce their stadium next turn as well. Ooh, they play Silene. They do get to get 1 card back. And put that on the top of their deck. What could they possibly want? Another boss's orders. That's definitely something they could use. Tells me they might be playing Pal Pad in this deck. But it might not give them enough time to win here. And they're going to have to set up another Hisuian Zoroark at some point, and it doesn't look like they'll be playing. Ooh, a Roxanne instead. Ooh, Roxanne is deadly. Do we even start? Do we even try to start Chronos this turn? Well, I did just draw it. But I don't have the boss. Interesting. Interesting choices. Could start Chronos this turn. I think it's what we should do. Let's go into the Dialga VSTAR, Training Court, bump that, and then we can research. Okay, we do get a boss's orders, which is awesome. We can pitch the Pyukumuku. Battle VIP pass is useless. Go ahead and grab back an energy, and then we can go ahead and utilize Star Chronos here. Take another turn after knocking out this Manaphy. Seems fantastic to me. Take a prize. Another Lost City. Don't necessarily need that, but that's okay. Give us Diancie so we can't boss the Crobat, which is fine. But I can go ahead and Coding Energy. I think we have both bosses are in there, so we can just boss the Zoroark. Boss the Zoroark, play Air Balloon. Don't want to play my Lost Cities, so we're going to do that. Put back in Double Boss. And then we're going to go ahead and Metal Blast, take the KO. Hopefully we're going to find a Rod at some point. 240 damage is not quite there, but we get 2 prizes. We're going to get Roxanne this turn. There's another rare candy for another Goodra. They can KO this Dialga and then KO Goodra. We are going to have to go through Diancie here. We can't actually boss up the Zoroark, which is unfortunate. Which is fine. That lets us Marnie in this turn, and then we just have to take 2 prizes. Radiant Hawlucha doesn't do much. I don't think they wanted to play that. Now they can't spread damage counters because Gengar is still in play. Don't know why they played Radiant Hawlucha there. They could have played the other Gengar. They'll pass. We're going to Quick Ball away Battle VIP Pass just to get that out. Pyukumuku's good. Attach an energy here. Let's go ahead and pitch. Ordinary Rod's perfect to have in my hand, but let's go ahead and Marnie. Get that Roxanne out of their hand, because they didn't play it. Double Boss in hand plus Switch is nice. So this will force them to have a boss. Switch into Origin Form Dialga, and then just Temporal Rupture. Take a KO. They cannot touch this Dialga, but they can take the VSTAR down, which is hilarious. Irida's okay. Another supporter doesn't hurt. That gets us Pyukumuku and an item card we want, which would be Ordinary Rod. This Zoroark cannot touch my basic Dialga V, which is good. We have an energy to put on. Training Court's still in play. They have to find boss plus more damage counters on the bench. They need to put that other Gengar in play and use another damage pump. I don't know why they haven't done that. We've also only seen one Gapejaw Bog from our opponent, which is interesting to me. There goes a big Parasol. That's for the Giratina matchup, and I think we're sitting pretty. They have to put down another Gapejaw Bog, where they're not going to be doing much damage. Research away that. Sounds good. Okay. They might have damage pump here. Gengar. Here comes the VSTAR. Currently they're only doing 30 damage. Well, actually they're doing 60 damage with the VSTAR. Oh, and they played Research, right? That was Research. So they cannot boss this turn, meaning we just switch back into the VSTAR and win. I think we're good. This does 40 for each metal energy attached. Oh, they're going to go into Gengar here. Interesting play from our opponent, but we do have boss's orders for game. We got that Roxanne out of their hands so they couldn't Roxanne us, which is awesome. And they put the other Gengar into play, which is smart. I do like this play from our opponent being able to do this. Screaming Circle's only going to put 80 damage on us. Fine with me. Our opponent says well played. We also say well played. Retreat into the VSTAR energy. Boss the Zoroark VSTAR. And we can go ahead and Metal Blast for the KO. Once again beating Zoroark VSTAR with this Dialga deck. Alright, you saw me beat up on 2 Zoroark VSTAR decks. And surprisingly, we have an amazing matchup with it because Zoroark has no way to deal with you blocking their attack, which is hilarious. But I've been seeing a lot of Zoroarks, and, well, those are just the matches that I got, unfortunately. I would have liked to show a little bit of things, but you get the idea with the deck. You block Pokemon V. It's awesome. It's great. So yeah, thanks for sticking around to the end, and we'll see you next time on Crashblade Gaming.